In a small town in the countryside of Japan, people gathered from all corners of the world for the annual Danketsu festival. This year, they decided that it should be unique, so the community chose to experience a show that blended customs from other regions. As you may have expected, there were many people from other countries who volunteered to create a performance to show different cultures through dance, arts, and music. Everyone is invited, and as the Danketsu festival slowly drew closer to the performers, they started to hurry with the rehearsals. Hinano, from the small town, put on her kimono, the midnight blue color with its kujaku patterns flowing, seemingly like the waves of the ocean. A girl from Ghana adjusted her kente scarf, its hues vivid as flames. Her name was Kaimil. Hinano danced slowly and gracefully, while Kaimil's dances were energetic and rhythmic. Their instruments weren't the same either. Occasional glances were exchanged. Both of their families said not to interact with the other unless necessary. The Japanese hadn't seen anyone from Africa nor performed together, so Hinano kept staring at Kaimil, observing her features despite the warnings her mother gave her to never come in contact with the Africans, as she claimed they were primitive and poor. Kaimil did the same. Her own family spoke against the Japanese behind closed doors, saying how they thought of themselves as high and mighty due to having lighter skin tone. Another day passed by. The two girls, who were supposed to be the stars of the show, had barely practiced anything yet. Hinano and Kaimil's teachers were fighting over what type of music to use. Kaimil's teacher told Hinano's teacher that the talking drum should be the most prominent instrument for the combined song of Africa and Japan. Hinano's teacher argued that the biwa gave melody to the composed song, and soon the discussion erupted into a racial argument between the two. Hinano and Kaimil were sitting on the tatami mat. Kaimil sat with her legs crossed on the floor, discarding the pillow, while Hinano sat with her legs tucked under her. Both gripped their own instruments, only watching in silence as their mentors fought. Kaimil glared at Hinano, almost like a snarl, but then looked away, a bead of sweat dripping from her pale cheeks. The week before the show passed by. Kaimil and Hinano had been practicing their own cultural dances in the same room, sometimes glancing at each other before looking away. They knew they should have been practicing together, but they didn't know how to mix the other's culture with their own. Then, Hinano's teacher passed by. He told Hinano never to interact with Kaimil because she was wild and improper. She nodded silently, even though she knew she shouldn't follow his words. Kaimil's teacher also walked by and told Kaimil to do the same with Hinano, because Hinano was white and rich. Both stars stared at each other while their mentors told them never to interact. When the mentors left, they continued to timidly dance to their music. After a while, Hinano walked up to Kaimil and asked her if she wanted to practice together. From then on, Hinano and Kaimil became friends. They practiced together in secret while still watching out for anyone who might spy on them. They created their own dance, which they called the Danketsu dance, in which they performed simple yet difficult movements to amaze the crowd. Near the end of this dance, they danced together to show unity and peace. Their mentors didn't suspect anything and still thought they weren't interacting with each other. Then, the day of the festival finally arrived. Before the festival started, their teachers both gave them songs that were meant to deflect the other's instruments so they would not be in sync. Their teachers even showed them dances that completely contrasted the other's style. They even tried telling them to argue with each other on stage to put up a good scene for the crowd to watch, because obviously the crowd would be saddened when realizing that people from their own country were interacting with the other country. The festival was going well, but when it was Kaimil and Hinano's turn to dance, they both started playing their instruments in sync. They danced in sync too. Their coordination was good, and the song they made up was really catchy and energetic. Those who attended the festival didn't know how to react, for it was the first time a white country interacted happily with a black country. But when they looked at their dance, they were shocked to see how well done the performance was. When they finished, the two bowed their heads and received a shower of flowers from the crowd. Unfortunately, it should have been expected that Hinano and Kaimil would be punished for their interaction. But to their family's surprise, their dance and song started rising in popularity to the point that it reached Tokyo in a matter of days. When the Danketsu festival was over, Kaimil gave Hinano roses. She held her hand, and in front of the dock of the ship back to Ghana, Hinano pulled her back and hugged her, a loving embrace between the two girls. Everyone was stunned before Hinano's mother shoved her off of Kaimil. But they both knew that they would be seeing each other again.